So, hello everybody. My name is Stepan Kaiser, and I am from a company called Remangu. Thank you very much for actually coming to this session, even if it was, I think, very last moment announced. So, also, I will do some kind of small improvisation because I know it from yesterday. But feel free to jump into my presentation. Feel free to ask me any questions. I will be actually glad if we can have more of like a discussion than me doing blah, blah, blah. So, who we are, who am I? As I said, I'm from a company called Remangu. Actually, today here with me is our CTO called Honza, sitting here. And we are part of bigger company called Revolutionizing. Revolutionizing is a partner of Amazon Web Services and Google Cloud Platform. Why I'm saying that is that this is how actually our story with the game industry started. Because about like 3-4 years ago, we started to having quite a lot of projects and quite a lot of need from the game studios about, okay, so I would like to connect people who are sitting in different locations to my game project. Can you help me with that? Can cloud help me? And to be honest, at the time we didn't know much about the game industry, so it's like, yeah, why not? It should be possible. And at the time we started exploring what are the needs of the game development, what are the needs of the studio, what are the problems connected with working remotely in the game development, because it's not the same as working in a different company, because you have much different needs for the hardware and for the computing power if you are working in a game studio than in, let's say, normal non-game company. So we started hearing quite a lot of, challenges with develop the games remotely. So first one, it's quite connected with if I actually can work remote or not. It's connected with how can I find enough talents to work on my project or to work with my company. Because I know Turkey is a huge country, but there are also smaller countries, and it's not that easy to find the people who can work on your projects. At least from what we see, the amount of talents for working on the game studios is still quite limited. And it's not that easy if you are limited also by the location. Also, the onboarding time of the remote people or people simply sitting somewhere else than you are can be quite long, I would say. So we saw some extremes with one AAA studio from Czech Republic called Hangar 13, that their onboarding time of the new artists was more than a month. If I take the setup of the hardware, shipping it over the sea to, I think the time it was Brasilia, where they had like a lot of artists, doing then, let's say, like the full proper onboarding, it really took about like a month, which can be quite long if you under the time pressure. Another issue might be security, because if you are working with people you maybe don't know that well, they are very far from you, you need to send them your assets. Sometimes you maybe don't want to do it, you don't want to have assets sitting in some computer of the person you, for example, hired only for a specific part of the project that you are developing. And in general, the management of the game dev environment can be quite complicated. So, I don't know, for example, managing Perforce, managing render farms, managing build farms, it's not easy thing. So, I don't know who you all are, but typically you know that majority of the game dev people are artists, and simply you don't want to do a DevOps job, and it can also complicate the things if you are doing development remotely. What we found that are the solutions for the remote game development. First one, but like easy one, you don't have remote teams. So yeah, if you have all the people in one office, you have your own hardware, you probably have some like render computers there, you have the storage there, then you are quite fine. You probably don't need cloud that much, even if also in these cases it might help you with some things, but you are typically fine. what we also saw is like, okay, I can use the workstations via VPN. So, okay, I still have the computer, for example, in the office, but yeah, I can be sitting somewhere else using the VPN connection, connect to it, connect to the storage, connect to the data, which might work, but you are still kind of tied to the physical location where the actual computer is sitting. Yeah, as I said, you can just do it, let's say, the old way or typical way. So if you have like people working remotely, you buy the hardware, ship it to them, then, I don't know, hardware breakdown, you need to do something with it. The person is ending on the game project, you need to take the hardware back. So it's doable, but there might be some like complications that you don't want to have. Or, and this applies typically for larger studios, you can simply set up your own cloud infrastructure. So yeah, you can build everything that we are doing, and I will actually show you by yourself. But as I said before, typically you don't want to do it because you want to build a game, not build the servers, not build the pipelines, not do the DevOps job. So, as I said at the beginning of my, we did about like 20 or 30 projects for this like remote game development on the project based. So we did what I said here. We set up the infrastructure in the cloud for our customers. But but then we said, okay, so it's not that beneficial for us, for the customers, like to do it for everybody. And even if we will build the cloud solution or cloud infrastructure for the customer, then there still need to be someone who will take care of that. So it's not like a complete solution. There's still some job to be done, and we are not solving the problem completely. So we created our platform that is running fully on top of Amazon Web Services. And it's addressing all the important parts of the game development. We have the Animus workstation there. You can imagine it as like remote desktop, in the cloud, with the difference that it's GPU powered, it's low latency, and it's simply optimized for running their things like Unreal Engine, Maya, Blender, ZBrush, whatever you are using. It's storage, nothing that's special. We can have storage wherever else, but if you have it close to your workstation, everything is slightly faster. We have there the version control system. We are using Perforce, but it's just because we choose it because we see it as kind of like standard, even if I know that not everybody is a fan of that, but it's what it is. But it can be different version control, of course. We also created our own solution for builds, again, only for specific use case, and it's Unreal Engine 5, but we can connect it with different build solutions. We have also a solution for playtesting. So you build a game, and you can ship it to the playtesters via the internet browser. They don't need to download anything. You don't need to publish anything to Steam and stuff like that. You just send them the link, and they do the playtest in the browser. And we also focused a lot on the device management itself, because even if the workstations are in the cloud, you still need to somehow manage them and know where they are. So we kind of like simplify the device management for you. And right now, it looks in the way that you are logging into our platform using, let's say, your Google Workspace account, or Office 365 identity or something like that. And you can use the same identity to log also to the workstations. So it's pretty simple to use it. And you don't need to set up any identities, any devices, any policies, anything like that. We kind of pre-configured everything for you. Do you have any questions? It's not end of the presentation. Okay, this is the part where we usually have the live demo, but after several problems we had, we decided to make it, in a bit easier way and replace the demo by by slides. I know it would be more fun, to break it down here, but let's do it this way. We can then show you the demo after that on our booth, for example. So how it works. You set up your profile, not that important, and you have access to the control plane of the Remangu. From this place, you can navigate to these parts I described, so you can create your workstations, you can have the storage here, you can access the Perforce, manage it, and stuff like that. But let's imagine, okay, first what I want to do, I want to create my remote desktop, my computer in cloud. So I choose from the set of presets. So typically what we see or what we are doing for our clients is that they tell us, okay, I have these types of people who are working on the games, they have these needs, they are using these softwares, please create for us these templates, then we create it for them, and they are starting using it, or they can edit it, whatever they want. You create the name of the workstation, you create the protocol that you want to use, so we are supporting multiple protocols for streaming the workstation into your browser. Most typical one is NiceDCV. It's a product from AWS, and it's like suitable for, I would say, 98% of use cases. But we have also some others for some, let's say, edge cases. You choose also the size of the workstation, I would call it like that. So how many GPU, CPU, RAM, and stuff like that. What should be the storage? And you click create. So yeah, then you have the workstation ready in the cloud, and you can connect to it. What is quite cool is, at least in my opinion, is that after you create the workstation, you do some job there, you can edit on go the parameters of the workstation. So, for example, you are working on quite a huge Unreal Engine project where the build of, I don't know, for example, even like the editor can take quite a lot of time. And you simply want to do some like bigger build, and you don't want to wait 8, 12 hours to do it. So you check you switch the configuration to some like beast, instance of, I don't know, 200 cores, whatever, in the cloud. You use it only for 1 hour, and then you scale down to something smaller that you need for, let's say, the normal work. And you can play with it, so you can have whatever type of the computer for whatever job you want to do. Then you can connect to the workstation. It's, as I said, it's typical like remote desktop, so nothing too complicated, and you can run whatever software you want to run there. That's pretty much it. Then there is a storage. Like I said, it's not any magic, so the benefit of it is that it's pretty fast, and as everything is encapsulated in the infrastructure of AWS, it's close to your workstation, so even like moving with large files is super fast. It's just like showing the storage. Then there's the Perforce. We have currently 2 scenarios. So one simple server Perforce, or we can offer also the Perforce with edge replicas. Again, if you have like people around the globe, it's what you are typically using. So it's just like showing, as I said, to simplify this live demo for me. And we have also our own build solution for currently only for Unreal Engine. I didn't mention that at the beginning, but our company actually started at the beginning of this year. So we are still pretty young as a company, and we are adding new features, I would say, quite frequently. So it might be that we also add another options for the build, but right now we are the most of the, or the biggest need from the Unreal Engine 5. It's how it looks. So you can build, the editor, you can build the backend services, you can build everything you want in our solution. Yeah, some screenshots, more of that. Yeah, I think this is the video, but I will not play it because I think we don't have a sound for that, or there is no sound maybe. Yeah, let's skip it. I'm sorry, I really prepared it for, for the last time. So let's skip the video part. And yeah, this is just to showcase how the playtest can look. So I know this is like super simple first-person project in Unreal, but it's pretty cool because you can stream the gameplay to multiple computers, and it's working pretty fine. And it can be also quite cheap solution because you can use one computer in the cloud to stream to multiple people. So it doesn't mean that like one computer means like one playtester. So also cost-wise, it can be quite effective. So that's what we are doing. That's how we would like to make the work of game developers working remotely easier. We don't have to maintain any hardware, or okay, yeah, there is still some hardware because you need to somehow connect to the cloud, but it can be anything, So we attended GDC this year, and we wanted to like really show that it can run on whatever kind of the computer. So we bought a Chromebook for $100, and it still worked pretty well. So you really need just like something that has the screen. It can be also tablet, it can be old computer, old laptop, because all the computing is happening in the cloud, not on your local machine. We have no DevOps, or you don't have to DevOps people. You don't need to actually worry about how to set up the AWS, how to set up the cloud. If you want, you can. We can help you with that, but if not, we'll do it for you. No data leaks. I didn't mention the security part that much, but I still hear like different opinions for that. That like for some studios, the security is not such a huge topic, or maybe not at current stage. For some, it's like really huge topic. But so it depends like how this important is for you. But still, it's true that the data will simply, in our solution, not leave the cloud environment. So you have still full control where they are, how they are, who is working with them and stuff like that. You can access all the logs. You see what people did with your data. So yeah, if you would like to have your project fully secured, this is a solution for you. And no more lack of the talents. Yeah, because you can find your great artists wherever around the globe. You don't need to be limited by the physical location. And last thing, which I want to end, it's actually a slide prepared by our customer, so that's the narrative. But it's our first customer, and we are still working with them very closely. We are very happy that they are still using the solution. And it's also, as I said, that we are working on it about like 3 years, on this like game development, not on the Remangu itself. With them also this kind of idea started, so I would like just to quickly mention them there. And they're called Three Bohemians. They're from Czech Republic. Yeah, I'm also from Czech Republic. I think I didn't mention that. And during the COVID times, they wanted to they're the animation studio, and they wanted to get a job with one of the AAAs, part of the 2K. And they had that time artists around the world. And they came to us and they said like, yeah, we know we have really great people to get the job with this AAA, but we simply don't know how to do it. It's like for us impossible to connect into their infrastructure without being in cloud. So yeah, that time we said, okay, that's a nice challenge, let's do it. That time we built a custom solution for them. We connected with the infrastructure of the AAA studio. They got a job, they got the money. The game wasn't released in the end, but still, it was like it was a nice success. And yeah, they are actually the video that was there. I didn't play. It's a case study we recorded with them, so you can check it on our website later. That's it. Just make games, and don't complicate your lives with things you don't want to. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them.